everyone. Today I'm here with the topic what would happen to ecosystem and environment if bees go extinct from the world. Without bees, plants would set fewer seeds and would have lower reproductive success. This too would alter ecosystem. Beyond plants, many animals such as beautiful bee-eater birds will lose their prey in the event of a die-off. And this would also impact natural system and food web. We cannot live without bees. The US Department of Agriculture estimates that pollinators like bees help pollinate 75% of the world's flowering plants. They pollinate roughly 35% of the world's food crops, including fruits and vegetables. By pollinating trees, bushes, herbaceous plants, the bees are important for the food production of all the other animals and birds in the forest ecosystem depends on it for food, berries, seeds, and fruits. Bees' pollination efforts allow flowering plants to flourish, creating a more colorful and gorgeous environment. So, if bees go extinct, it would affect the environment, ecosystem, and humans too very badly. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rizvin. Happy Environmental Day. In this day, I am going to speak about the topic what would happen to the environment and the ecosystem if all cats go exist from the world. We can't live without cats. Do you know why? Disease, famine, cuteness withdrawal, and you don't have 9 lives. If there were no more cats in this world, what would happen? You know, the goddess of war, the king of the jungle, the world's fastest creature, and your home's biggest sleeper, and the sixth most successful hunting animal in this world. Domestic cats kill 32% of their prey. Compare that to the tiger's 5% kill rate. Cats sleep for roughly 16 hours a day and spend the rest of their time prowling, hunting, practicing, and preparing for the worst. Worldwide rat infestation. It's not really something need to worry about it. I mean, rats taking over the world. No, that's impossible. Not in a world without of cats. We humans like to give ourselves credit for being innovative and adaptable when it comes to solving the world's biggest problems. And yet, while rat may or may not have spread a plague that killed up to 200 million people, we still haven't come up with a foolproof way of controlling their numbers. Sure, there are rat traps and rat poisons, but really, cats do most of the work, killing roughly 20 billion small mammals every year. So, without them, we have been sick, starving, dying fast from cuteness withdrawal. You know, rats are gross, but how gross? Put it this way, one rat carries thousands of pathogens on just 1 centimeter of its fur, and any on its these pathogens could be fatal to you. But what are your chances of getting sick? Well, at the rate of rats reproduce, the odds are stacked against you. Did you know that one pair of rats can produce over 2000 offspring per year? That means that within 3 years, that same couple could have over 500 million descendants. This isn't your average infestation, it's an epidemic. It's not just rat bites that will make you sick. Rat excrement can toxify the air you breathe, causing your lungs to fill with your fluid, resulting in a quick death. You might evade infirmity but not famine. There is a reason why farmers keep barn cats, and that's to prevent out assault on grain stores. Rats don't just go for cheese, they go for everything. Grain and produce are the staples we need and the food rats love. Without cats, there is a lot of rat mouth to feed. Our agricultural system would collapse, and now with disease rampant and food scarce, humans would be forced to scrounge for scraps, kind of like rats. But humans aren't the only one who have to worry. Rats are also responsible for 40% and 60% of all seabird and reptile extinctions. That's all. So respect your cat and be grateful for the gift it leaves on your doorstep. The world would be bleak without their presence. Now I am concluding my words. Thank you.
When eagle will disappear, most importantly, there would be loss of habitat, but most basically, there would be imbalance in ecosystem, as they were a part of the food chain. If eagle will disappear, the number of snake will increase, and the number of mouse will decrease. And if the mouse will decrease, then the number of caterpillar will increase. Or if they will be increased, the plants will be eaten by them. If plants will decrease, then the oxygen will not be made by plants.
Good morning. Today I am here to present something interesting. First of all, have you ever thought of what would happen to the ecosystem if all the animals, birds or insects go extinct from the world? It would be horrible, yeah? Let's look at what would happen to the earth if all the ants extinct from the world. The ants have a big impact on the earth as a result of their activity as ecosystems engineers and predators. The absence of ants may increase the population of termites. Hence, the absence of ants may destroy life on the earth. The ants aerate the soil, which means oxygen and water can reach plant roots, but more importantly, by dragging food and seeds around. They accidentally increase the level of nutrients in the soil. The ants clear up the remains of dead organisms. Some ants prey on other organisms, pets. The movement of ants makes different layer of the soil, which is good for plants. Ants act as food for lizards, spiders, and many other organisms. If they go extinct, all this wouldn't happen, and thus that would be start of something really bad. Thank you.
Hey all, have you ever think about that what happened when butterflies go extinct? Butterflies make the world a little more colorful. Their vivid wing coloration and fluttering flight path lend a special touch of beauty to nature. Butterflies are not only beautiful creatures but do a great deal for the environment. They are plant pollinators and they provide population control for a number of plant and even insect species by eating them. They also serve as sustenance for other species because they are so sensitive to changes in their ecosystems. Scientists use butterfly population and behavior shift as metric for changes and problem in local environments. According to the Climatic Risk Atlas of European butterflies, data on butterfly populations can be correlated with certain changes in climate. This means that by looking for changes in butterfly populations, scientists can actually predict important information regarding the climate. Rising temperatures have a huge impact on a variety of factors including biodiversity. This is the life cycle of a butterfly. Some interesting facts about butterflies are a butterfly drinks its food with a straw-like tube called proboscis, and butterflies have a very small dots on their wings which are used to see. Then butterflies use their colors to keep predators away. So let's protect butterflies from extinction. Thank you all.
What would happen if vultures go extinct? So in this video we will be looking at what are vultures, why are they endangered, and why are they so important to our ecosystem. So a vulture is a bird of prey that scavenges on carrion. The Old World vultures include 15 living species native to Europe, Africa, and Asia. New World vultures are restricted to North and South America. A particular characteristic of many vultures is a bald head devoid of feathers. This bare skin is thought to keep the head clean when feeding and also plays an important role in thermoregulation. As a result of persecution, poisoning, habitat loss, and changes in farming practices, tragically, 16 of the 23 species of vultures are considered vulnerable, threatened, or endangered, with the population of several species declining by 90% in some areas of the world. There has been a sharp decline in the population of vultures in India since the 1990s. By the year 2007, India saw a 99% decline in three gypsy species of vultures. The population stabilized in 2011 but was still small in size. In the year 2015, it came to notice that the white-backed vulture population was stable, but the long-billed vultures was still declining. A major reason why vultures are so endangered is that they are specifically targeted for their body parts. These are used for traditional medicinal purposes in the motif trade as well as for meat. This alone poses as a major challenge for vulture conservation. Many African cultures also have superstitions about vultures. Some believe that vultures are harbingers of death. There is also a mistaken belief that vultures are a threat to healthy livestock. In many areas, vultures are still illegally hunted or driven away from food sources. Also, poaching is a major threat to African vultures. A common method of poaching vultures is by poisoning animal carcasses. This can wipe out huge vulture numbers at once and has resulted in a 70% decline of breeding pairs since 2004. Accidental poisoning is another major reason why vultures are so endangered. Some medicinal drugs used to treat livestock are fatally toxic to these animals and can adversely hinder vulture conservation efforts. So now let us take a look why are vultures important. It's their scavenging lifestyle that means the importance of vultures is often overlooked, but they are vital for the healthy functioning of ecosystems, in many cases keeping them free of contagious diseases. Vultures have an extremely corrosive stomach acid that allows them to consume rotting animal corpses. These scavenged leftovers are often infected with anthrax, botulinum toxins, and rabies that would otherwise kill other animals. The importance of these magnificent birds is only truly felt when they suddenly disappear from an ecosystem. When vulture populations crashed in India as a result of feeding on the remains of animals that were treated with the veterinary drug diclofenac, the impacts nearly caused a public health catastrophe. The feral dog population leaped by 7 million to 29 million animals over an 11-year period and caused an additional 38.5 million additional dog bites. It's believed as a result of these bites that deaths from rabies increased by nearly 50,000 in that time, costing the Indian government $34 billion to fight the spread of the disease. Vultures are extremely important members of an ecosystem. These birds fly in from huge distances to pick rotting carcasses clean, thereby helping to prevent disease outbreaks. Vultures are equipped with a digestive system that contains special acids that are able to dissolve anthrax, botulism, and cholera bacteria. Vultures essentially allow us to maintain the functioning and health of an ecosystem. A world without vultures would be a foul smelling place filled with disease and rotting carcasses. Sadly, many vulture species are now only abundant within the protected wildlife reserves. Vulture conservation is essential for changing this reality. Beyond these concerned with conservation, few mourn the passing of the vultures. In common lexicon, the word vulture has negative connotations, used as a metaphor to describe someone who preys on the weak or who benefits from the misfortune of others. But we had it wrong. The bird plays a valuable role in the ecosystem as a scavenger. The speedy, efficient disposal of bodies does not allow deadly bacteria to develop and spread. High body temperatures and strong stomach acids allow vultures to ingest carrion infected by bacteria such as anthrax without any ill effects. The dramatic decline of vultures created a vacuum and millions of carcasses were left rotting, increasing the possibility of the spread of diseases such as TB, anthrax, brucellosis, foot and mouth, etc. Other scavengers such as rats and feral dogs moved in, but they lacked the efficiency of vultures whose metabolism is a true dead end for pathogens. Dogs and rats instead became carriers of the pathogens, spreading diseases. We need help with changing perceptions around certain wildlife species. Like sharks and hyenas, vultures are often stereotyped as the bad guys, but despite what humankind thinks of them, we need to acknowledge their importance and take a holistic approach in protecting endangered vultures. To do this successfully, we need to take a stand whether it's spreading awareness, raising funds for vulture conservation, or by volunteering your services to save these unique birds. By providing food to vultures, we are also able to attract vultures away from potential poison sites and monitor how well the vulture populations are doing. So, let me conclude this video by reminding you that you can make a difference. Thank you.
Hello all. Today I am here to say something about what will happen if tigers extinct from our earth. Let us look. Introduction to tiger species. The tiger is also called as Panthera tigris, is the largest of the four big cats and one that is very fascinating to people all over the world. Tigers are fierce predators with a calculated intelligence that makes them one of the leaders out there in their natural environment. Let us know that what is the need of tigers in our ecosystem. The tiger is a unique animal which plays a pivotal role in the health and diversity of an ecosystem. It is a top predator which is at the apex of the food chain and keeps the population of wild ungulates in check, thereby maintaining the balance between prey herbivores and the vegetation upon they feed. And also, there will be high increase of deer population. Overabundant deer can spell trouble for people, including frequent car collisions and spread of zoonotic diseases. But deer can also disrupt wildlife communities, such as forest songbirds, by eating away their habitat. In a new study published in Landscape and Urban Planning, researchers show that areas in the eastern US with high deer numbers tend to have fewer birds that need forest shrubs. These species use low-lying foliage to hide their nest from predators and to hunt for insect prey. Unfortunately, these plants are also on the menu of the white-tailed deer. By the extinction of tiger, there will be high increase of animals which can cause diseases like zoonotic influenza, salmonellosis, West Nile virus, plague, coronavirus, rabies, brucellosis, Lyme disease, etc.
Should we celebrate the spread of peacock? Good morning. India's national bird, the peafowl, has been a part of mythical stories and is also considered sacred. Over centuries, they have been playing an important role in agricultural ecosystem by aiding in seed dispersal, scavenging, and for control of insects and rodents. They are one of the most exotic breeds of birds on the planet. They have colorful iridescent fan-like feathers that make it hard for anyone not to notice them. People keep peacocks for many purposes, for meat, for eggs, and for ornamental purpose or as pets. In addition, peacock consume a variety of insects as well as snakes, amphibians, and rodents. So, some people use them to keep pest population under control. They help to maintain the ecological balance by contributing to the food chain and also maintaining continuity. They eat insects which might otherwise harm the crops, and therefore in this way they help farmers indirectly by controlling the population of insects. Indian blue peafowl help to regulate the number of snakes, lizards, and insects to maintain a stable ecosystem. However, of late, they are turning out to be a big problem. The main is that their population is growing. While social customs bar people from causing any harm to them, there have been decline in the natural predators like jackals for various reasons. The bird is also protected under the Indian Wildlife Act. Farmers are hit hardest as instead of being a help, people are becoming menace, damaging crops, overfeeding on fruits and grains, and trampling on and dislodging seedlings. Consequently, there have been reports of farmers resorting poisoning, trapping, hunting, and even electrification in a surreptitious manner to protect their earning. Peacock eating habits based on seeds and saplings had led to large crop damages, especially paddy, over a period of time. They will also consume flowers, vegetables, and other items on your property that you may not be so happy about. A deeper understanding of the real reasons behind the spread of peacocks make one circumspect about celebrating it. Even though these birds exhibit stable population as compared to previous decades, along with the new colonizations, the main question is, are these changes beneficial for a holistic level to peafowl, their associated organisms, and even us? Thank you.